So welcome to a brief introduction to a concept called Standardised Work. Now you may have heard of this concept before in lean or continuous improvement circles. And I'm going to give you a brief introduction to it today that will help you on the journey. It's going to significantly improve your productivity and create significant benefits to your business. Now, standardised work is an evolving system to control and remove process variation through the creation and the improvement of standards. Now, we know that process variation, particularly when it's uncontrolled or unplanned, always leads to waste. Now, standardised work typically comprises of three components: takt time or production rate, work instructions, and the control of inventory. In this presentation today, I'm going to focus on one of the easiest aspects to implement if you're starting the journey to standardised work, and that's work instructions. Now, standardised work can be a fundamental platform or can be quite mature, like in the Toyota system, but it's a journey. I found it's a great way to integrate the people and the processes that they follow. It allows us to drive ownership and accountability to the people in the process. Now, we can also use Kaizen and PDCA methods to return to the standard and also improve upon the standard. Now, the concept of standardised work is a system. You may have heard of a concept called work standards, and they're one of the components. Standardised work is a system, work standard is a component. Work standards includes methods, quality standards, specifications, etc. Now, it's the clarification of work standards, so it's our understanding of what good looks like. We need to undertake that before we embark upon standardised work, or at least at the beginning of our journey of standardised work. And because it's a journey, don't let great get in the way of good. This diagram shows our journey on the horizontal axis and a level of operational excellence on the vertical axis. And by operational excellence, I mean greater customer satisfaction, improved safety, better output, less waste, better quality, lower costs. In other words, a significant improvement to productivity, but also better employee engagement and morale. And there's various stages. So the first stage is creating a work standard system of documented SOPs, an agreement of what good looks like, training plan and skills matrix. So that's our first level of standardised work. Then we undertake a PDCA type routine or Kaizen routine, and we end up with a slightly more mature level of standardised work. And this is where we have the inclusion of machine standards and quality standards and maybe even time components added to our SOPs. Then once again, we undertake the PDCA cycle and we end up as an outcome a more mature, again, system of standardised work, where it may even be that we have standards in the work area and they may even be integrated with maintenance. So what does standardised work really look like? So as a business operates, as a business runs its course, we would typically have process improvements. Now, they can routinely occur either by a formal project-based activity or small incremental changes. And as we can see, we've got a higher level now of our operational excellence, obviously because we've made improvements to the process. But unfortunately, without a system in place, it's only by hard work of certain people that the improvement is sustained. Now, by creating a standard, the good results from our improvement work can be better sustained. Typically coming out of any Kaizen or PDCA improvement activity is a standard, is a better way of working. And the better the standard, the lower the loss or the less of the slip back to our old ways. So by creating a standard, we've achieved an improved operational excellence level, and that standard looks like a documented SOP with a skills matrix and a training record. So using PDCA or Kaizen, we can improve the process even further, resulting in a stronger standard. And that stronger standard may look like more pictures, a more robust standard, less words, better control, still with the skills matrix and the training record. Now, once again, we can improve upon the standard again, maybe including enhancements such as machine settings or quality specifications. Now we've got a significantly higher level of operational excellence. And this is where we've included quality or machine standards. Now that we've got better operational stability, we've got significantly improved productivity and maybe even profitability. We've got less waste, we've got a greater output. But it could be typically the local leader that takes on the load of ensuring the good work doesn't fall away. Now, if the local leader takes on full responsibility, there is a risk of slip back, and that's due to inconsistent focus because that leader has got other things to do, not just focusing on the standard 100% of his time. This is where a concept, part of standardised work, called leader standard work, can provide significant benefits. So what does leader standard work look like? It's a process to check the adherence to a standard by applying accountability and support to the team working with the standard. So it looks like the local leader checking the current practice against a documented standard using a checklist. And this is the same as creating greater support to keep the standard in current practice. So rather than using people to control the adherence to standard, the local leader is doing a check. Leader standard work becomes a daily routine whereby the local leader checks the important things to ensure the department is running well. So the local leader doesn't check everything. The local leader checks the important agreed things. Now, once the check is done, the status of the check could be easily indicated on a metrics board so that can be seen from a distance the status of the check. Now, if there's a departure from the standard during the check, it can be corrected simply by raising actions. But if that's assuming the cause is known. But if the cause is not known, maybe we need to undertake root cause analysis. In other lean circles, this methodology is called layered process audits. Now, what does a checklist look like? Very simple. Remember, we're only checking the important things. 3 components. There's the task that we've got to check, the expectation, the target, or what good looks like, and an area to record the actions. It's the local leader checking the standard is being followed or is understood. And this can really act as a great coaching opportunity. So just very quickly recapping. So in standardised work, there's various steps. We start the journey with work standards, documented SOPs, a agreement of what good looks like, skills matrix training plan. By undertaking a PDCA cycle, we end up with a more mature standardised work platform, which could include quality standards and machine settings. Then if we undertake another PDCA cycle, we end up even with a further mature standardised work system, which could even be including maintenance, and then we can overlay this with leader standard work using a checklist. So that's just a brief introduction to standardised work and what benefits it can provide to you and your business. But let's just start the journey. Thank you.